Do you know the quickest way people undermine their own authority? They stop being intentional about their body language. They go into meetings and they're hyper-focused on their wording, and they don't realize their body language is betraying them. At the end of this video, I am going to give you 4 easy behavioral triggers you can pull on and that you can use to ensure that no matter what the room, you convey confidence, authority, which allows you to command that room. These are easy, they are doable. And I'm asking you to stay to the end, because at the end I'm going to share the most brilliant, simple, insider, physical body language hack that you've ever heard that will immediately help you convey that confidence. Hello friends, and welcome back. Let's jump in with our 4 behavioral triggers to ensure we speak with that authority and convey that confidence. The very first one is the anchor technique. This is when you use a physical foundation to eliminate fidgeting. Fidgeting, moving around, makes you appear insecure and makes you look weak in the eyes of others. So when you go into that meeting, you're imagining yourself as an oak tree. You sit down, plant your feet firmly on the ground, knees a little bit apart. Take the palms of your hands, place them on the tops of your thighs, a little bit of space at the elbows, or you can put one on the table and one on your thigh, or both if it's appropriate, on the table. This is how you ground yourself. It will immediately eliminate all that extraneous fidgeting. The added benefit with this one is that your physical behavior signals your brain that you are not in fight or flight. You are in command and control. The next one, and this is my favorite, is the proximity lean. This is when you display intense focus or interest on another person. Why is this authoritative? It is authoritative because weak people who lack leadership and confidence will often be passive, sitting back, waiting for the other person to finish just so they can speak. Those with authority and confidence are calm and fine with allowing someone else to speak. In fact, they will even display added interest. So the proximity lean from the waist, you lean in a little bit, 45 degrees, toward the person that you want to focus on. This will immediately deepen the trust between you and that person. And a sneaky thing, it makes the person who's speaking become more vulnerable, they open up more, and they will speak at length. Why? Because they have your attention. The added benefit with this one is that, again, your body language is signaling your brain that you are in active listener mode, that confident, calm mode where you're giving someone else the time. It switches off the passive listening. That's a win. Now, if anything so far resonates with you and you want to learn a bit more, please can I ask you to hit the subscribe button and comment. At any point, add a comment. It means so much to me and it helps me learn about what you want. Let's jump into number 3. Number 3 is the strike zone. The strike zone is the area in which you are going to keep your hand gestures, and it usually goes around about chin to waist, chest to chest, shoulder to shoulder area. It's in the chest space in front of you that you are gesturing, and you're going to keep your hand gestures within that space. Why? Because people who are calm and authoritative don't need to flail their hands around. They keep their purposeful hand gestures within a small space, a strike zone. We know hand gestures emphasize, illuminate, and help clarify what we say, but the moment we start becoming too wide relative to size of the room, it starts to become a distraction for other people. You'll notice they're following your hands and they're not listening to your words. So be intentional, be deliberate about it. If you're in a bit more board meeting, a small meeting, a projects meeting, a smaller area, you're going to keep it within this space. Bigger room, obviously bigger gestures, but I'm talking classic interview business meeting space. We keep it about here. The added benefit this one is that it channels any of that excess or excitable energy. We're not going to call it nervous energy. We're talking about that energy that we have when we're speaking purposefully. You now have a channel which to direct that extra energy that appears confident and authoritative. The fourth one is the pause and pivot. And I mean this literally. Pause and pivot is when you take the points to which you are speaking and you separate them by orienting your body to different parts of the room. So you have 3 points. You would face the first area of the room or person, address that comment or key point to them. Ever so slight reorientation, shoulders, head, chin move slightly, second point, and so on and so on. This has multiple benefits. The way it underplays and underscores and builds authority is that weak speakers who lack authority and confidence will often latch onto the friendly face in the room and only speak to them because that's their comfort, that's their security blanket. The more confident and an authority leadership role a person is, they have no problem including everybody in the room. So they will shift their focus. That's worth a lot. The added benefit for this one is it forces you to pause between your points. Because think about it, if you make a point and now you're intentionally and deliberately altering your focus, you're moving your body, your chin, your shoulders slightly, very subtly, you can't speak and move at the same time with ease. It would be weird when you're transitioning. So it forces you to slow down and pause. Very, very powerful. Those are the 4. Now, the insider hack. I've seen people do this, and in the beginning, I wasn't quite sure what it was about, but I guarantee this works beautifully. Before that big meeting, before that presentation, before that interview, find a wall and put yourself against the wall. Push your heels to touch the wall, your hips to touch the wall, shoulders to touch the wall, and your back of your head to touch the wall. Hold that posture for 2 or 3 breaths, and then in you go. It is such a mind shift. Now, I wanted to add in a challenge. And the challenge is, I'm going to ask you this week to pick one of the 4 and start practicing it in your business and professional, even social situations. If I can suggest, start with the proximity lean. It's easy and it's powerful, and you will immediately feel the difference when you throw all your attention on that other person. To close off, I want to just remind you, internal confidence is built through external discipline. If you change the way you move, you'll change the way how people see you. Thanks for your time. I'll see you in the next video.